And we are live. Okay, yay, we are live.
Yay. Okay.
Thank you so much, Marie, for joining me tonight. And welcome, everybody. I'm joined here by the beautiful Marie O'Neill,
Ah.
who, one of my dear friends, who is a nurse, midwife, homeopath, and also backflower remedy therapist, and much more. But tonight we're going to be talking about supporting your immune system using homeopathy. And I'm really excited to have this conversation with you because I think if you're not aware about it and understand how it works, it kind of is a thing that's kind of you don't necessarily bring into your life and see the benefits of it. And the
Yeah.
reason why I'm very interested in it was when I was a child, my mom actually brought me to, I don't know the name of it, but she brought me to a homeopathy clinic in Manchester.
Yeah.
And that was to support my constitution and to support my immune system and all that nice work that they do with children. So that was my mom's kind of route because she was very naturally kind of inclined in terms of loving nutrition, and yeah, homeopathy was something that she always used to turn to.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, firstly, just tell us a little bit about your background, just to get people to
Okay.
know how you are where you are today.
Yeah. Well, it was in the 80s that I went to England and I did nursing. I trained in London, in Ealing Hospital, and then after the 3 year training in England, because I know it's 4 years here, but it's 3 years in England, I went and did midwifery, and that was a year course, and I loved midwifery because it's very hands on, and you felt like you could really make decisions. You were had great autonomy. Um, then I went to America and I worked for a couple of years in America. I've worked in New York, I've worked in New Jersey, and also in California. And then I suppose in the last 10 years, I came back to Ireland and I went to a nursing home. So I saw a lot of that. And when I was working in the nursing home, I saw a lot of patients getting tablets, older people, and there was like so many tablets. And I thought to myself, there must be a better way. So I started looking around. And then in 2013, I started looking at different alternative healing modalities. And I thought acupuncture was lovely. I was deciding to do acupuncture. And then I went to Cork to a seminar on homeopathy. And it just sold me straight away because I thought it was amazing. It was such a simple and very safe and effective method, bringing the body and it back to balance with just the one small little tablet, one large small sugar tablet. So I thought it was very amazing. So
Mhm.
I went to Dublin then for 4 years, and I studied homeopathy. I went, it was once a month. And in 2017, I graduated. And then I went on to do the Bach flower remedies. I did there's 3 levels in Bach flower. So I did 1, 2, and 3. And then I went on to do the teaching. So I'm nearly finished now I just have to do one more class and I'll be able to teach level 1 in the Bach flower therapy. So I love the Bach flowers too,
Yeah.
because they treat the emotions. There's only 38 remedies. And once you kind of know what kind of emotional state you're in, you can quickly learn which one to pick. And
Hmm.
it really brings you back to balance very quickly.
Yeah.
Then I went to England and I did the detox therapy with Ton Jansen. He's from the Netherlands, and he developed a plan where you can detox certain medications from your system through homeopathy.
Yeah.
And that's been fascinating. I really love that because I've worked on my own girls, taking detoxing medications like childhood vaccinations.
Hmm.
If you know what year you kind of were vaccinated, most people have been had the MMR,
Hmm.
the whooping cough,
Yeah.
all those childhood pertussis. And then you can actually go back and then you go in Germany, they have like a homeopathic pharmacy there, and you can get the medications there, and then you just detox the patient, and it's over like so many weeks.
Yeah.
It just brings the body back into balance, because these vaccines, they stay in the body for long periods of, well, your whole life.
Yeah, and that's
Because
that's something that I suppose we're not aware of, that
yeah,
we kind of think that we get them and then maybe they just go out of your system,
yeah,
like,
no, they're
yeah.
there forever,
Yeah.
you know and I think vaccinations, I'm not anti-vax because I mean, vaccinations have proved very good in the past. But what I think lately, in the last number of years, they put more and more additives into them, which really has caused the problems.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like the mercury, the aluminum, there's fetal tissue. There's
Yeah.
different things within the vaccines that can cause a lot of people to react
Yeah.
badly to the vaccinations.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes some children, they say that they can cause autism and ADHD. And there's more and more children getting vaccine injured.
Yeah.
So with this detox, it's very good because it actually can bring the child and the body back to balance by getting rid of the toxins within the body,
Yeah.
you know,
That's
with
amazing.
homeopathy. So it's really, really wonderful.
So for people who are just listening and they may be thinking, what is homeopathy, and how would you explain it in a kind of simple way? Like, how does it actually work?
Well, first of all, it's natural. It's the substances, the remedies are made from natural substances such as plants, animals, minerals, and diseased tissue. So what it is, it takes a bit of, let's say, a plant, and let's say I want to see what this plant is going to do. So they take the plant, a bit of it, and they put it in water and a bit of alcohol, and they shake it, let's say 100 times. And once they do that, they're releasing the energy of the substance into the water.
Mm-hmm.
Because as you know, water has memory.
Yeah.
What's the Japanese man?
Emoto, isn't it?
Emoto.
Yeah. Yeah.
He did provings of that, how, you know, how water has memory.
Yeah.
So what you do then, that's like 1C. So then you take one drop of that, what you've just shaken, put it into another 100 mils, let's say, and then shake it another 100 times.
Mm-hmm.
And then you keep going until you get up to, you go keep on going forever. And then you take the drop, whatever is left in that, that is the energy of that substance.
Okay.
There's people called provers. So they try it. So let's say I'll take the substance and see how it affects my body, how it affects my emotions, my thoughts, my reactions. And then the person writes down what they feel after it. So whatever feelings that, or physical symptoms or whatever comes up, that is what that remedy would be good for. Let's say if somebody says, oh, every time I get rashes or I get pains in my knees or whatever, then you could remember that remedy and that would match that person.
Okay.
Because in homeopathy, like cures like.
Yeah.
You know, whatever,
Yeah.
like, and then of course, vaccinations are made on the principle of homeopathy because they take a bit of the disease and they put it into a substance, you know, into injection, and they give it back to you to build up your immunity.
Yeah.
So really, homeopathy is an energy medicine.
Yeah.
It brings the body back into balance.
Yeah. And so for those who are kind of concerned about the additives inside vaccinations and potential side effects, homeopathy is a good alternative for them to use.
Well, the thing is, what it's called is homeopathic prophylaxis. So people, let's say, if they are afraid of getting the flu, so during the flu season, let's say it's usually like maybe in spring and autumn, what you do, you take homeopathy instead, and it would be like a dose of the same thing, like the influenza.
Yeah.
You know, the influenza, the flu remedy, you know, it's called the flu remedy. You take that and that will protect you against it. Because sometimes people don't want to get the flu vaccine but they're still afraid they're going to get the flu. Now, most of the time, it's not recommended really prophylaxis because actually disease is a good thing.
Yeah.
It builds up your immune system.
That's what, because that would be, from my understanding, in my training, you know, we looked at the work of Rudolf Steiner and how he had said, you know, that childhood illnesses have a role in that, you know, they obviously help to stimulate and build the immune system.
That's right.
But also that they are a way for the body to shed toxicity that it has been inherited, you know, that it's actually, you know, the way it's like if there's a fever or anything like that, and it's managed obviously properly and supported, but that it actually burns off, you know, toxic matter that's in the body, and that we don't really understand that, you know, that we have this kind of this whole approach with disease that we just want to get rid of everything and want to
Yeah.
get rid of all the symptoms. And I
Yeah.
think because we've kind of lost that wisdom of working with the body, we're more in fear and kind of more willing to take things that aren't necessarily something that we've researched or even understand like the long-term implications of it.
Yeah, because I mean, a fever, I remember even my girls were growing up before I knew anything about homeopathy. You'd be worried because you you were so concerned they might get meningitis or
Yeah.
they'd get epileptic fits.
Yeah.
So you'd be worried about it. So the next thing you would be getting the calpol.
Yeah.
But I didn't realize it wasn't until I started studying homeopathy that I realized that you're suppressing the body's own immune response.
Yeah.
That the body is meant to throw it off.
Yeah.
That makes the body then stronger. And I mean, as you go through life, then your body is equipped to face diseases and other things that it comes up against, you know? So it's just a relearning, really.
It's a relearning. And I think, you know, before we came on here live, we were just chatting ourselves. And, you know, I think homeopathy is really part of the journey of you reclaiming your health, you know, like holistically, because it's obviously, as you were saying, you know, it's about having the correct diet and, you know, learning to work with your body. Because like we were saying, you know, health isn't like in isolation. Obviously our environment has a massive impact on our health.
Huge. Yeah.
And we have become so far away from nature in the past 100 to you know, especially the last 50 years, last 100 years, that, you know, we're dealing with levels of toxicity that is creating a lot of the diseases that we're seeing playing out in a lot of people.
Well, you see, 200 years ago, when Hahnemann first discovered homeopathy, they didn't have half of what we have today, what we're facing today. We're facing like toxins all around us every single day in our foods, in our water, in the air, with laptops and iPhones and everything else. Everything is bombarding the body constantly, you know, vaccinations. They didn't have that 200 years ago.
Yeah.
So now it's so difficult for our bodies to navigate through this world. So that's the importance really of being mindful of, as you said, of your nutrition and making sure that you're eating the right things, and also to and your time off, like for your meditation, your mental health is so important.
Yeah.
You know, because everything is just hitting us all the time, you know?
Yeah.
So it's really difficult now to stay healthy.
Yeah, it's you have to, I think you have to be a very active participant in your own health, as opposed to just like passively kind of going through life and hoping, you know, that everything's okay. I think you have to really take the, you know, the steering wheel yourself and actually, you know, take conscious effort and action to help your health to to be able to thrive.
And I think a lot of the times, I mean, the way we've been trained in the last, let's say, 100 years, we've put our health into other people's hands. We're thinking, oh, the doctor knows better, the nurse knows better, and all these other specialists will know better than we do. But that's not. We have to take the power of our health back into our own hands.
Yeah, you know? and I think that's very much the work that you're doing with clients, is that you are empowering them.
Yeah.
Aren't you? You know, in how you work with them. And recently, Richie has gone to see you as a client.
Oh, he's lovely.
Getting ready for starting our family and getting his body into optimal health.
Yeah.
Which is an amazing undertaking. But I think, you know, people are just not aware, and that's why I wanted to have this conversation to share the work that you're doing and to bring that into people's awareness, that maybe this might be a good idea for them if they're planning a family, or if they are on the journey of reclaiming their health and taking back the power over their health, that it's important to have like all the different tools that are going to support you to be in your full health.
Well, the thing is, you see, as I said before, vaccines and medications and all that hang inside the body and into the cells for long periods of time, and not realizing it, but it can cause toxicity in the body. And over time, it causes diseases. It can cause a lot of adverse side effects. So what's great about homeopathy is it clears out all these toxins in the body in a very gentle way.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't realize that they're holding on to a lot within the body: antibiotics, steroids, And also, today now, a lot of women have gone on the contraceptive pill
Yeah.
and are finding it more difficult now to get pregnant afterwards
Yeah.
when they come off the pill.
Okay. So is that something that you can clear?
Yeah, yeah, that's cleared as well. You can, I mean, I've done this before. I've
That's
done,
brilliant.
yeah. So people that are finding it difficult to get pregnant are,
Hmm.
you know, after coming off the pill,
Yeah.
I can treat them, and there's been success. I've
That's
had
brilliant.
success with that, which is great.
Yeah.
And even women finding it hard to become pregnant, I have there's homeopathic remedies for that as well.
Okay.
It's actually called salmon, and
Oh yeah.
and if you just see the kind of the personality or what the salmon does, it
Yeah.
goes upstream and it fights upstream
Yeah.
to to spawn, and that's actually that remedy is from the salmon.
Oh wow. So it's like giving you that energy
Yeah,
of the
and
salmon.
like, isn't the salmon a kind of the symbol or the symbol of life or something, isn't it? It's known as the symbol of life, I think, salmon.
I'm not sure about life, but it's something to do with wisdom, I think. I can't
Oh,
remember.
wisdom, yeah,
Isn't it? Is it
life and
wisdom?
wisdom. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
That's so fascinating. But I
that's
think it takes you to have a radically different view of yourself than just purely materialistic, for you to actually consider homeopathy as part of your health care regime. It gets you to really think that you are an energetic being
yeah.
overall.
You see, we have several different bodies. We have the physical body,
Hmm.
then we have the etheric body, which is another layer outside. Then we have the astral body,
Hmm.
and then we have the I am. So there's like several layers of ourselves, and it like when we cause injury to ourselves, let's say we have a shock or a fright,
Hmm.
sometimes our whole energy, our ourselves leaves our body
Yeah.
for protection. So
Yeah.
sometimes we can be out here a lot of the times, you know,
Hmm.
after a grief or a shock or a fright,
Yeah.
kind of just drifting in space.
Hmm.
So sometimes homeopathy brings that body back into itself, you know, brings
Wow.
it back.
So that's
And
something you can support people with as well, is actually shock and say
shock and the
grief
well,
and
the thing
trauma.
is, what's great too is like this is a homeopathic kit I have, but see, like this, you'll be buying these now, or you'll be getting this now when you're ready.
Yeah.
But this, like these little kits, you know, and
Oh
also
yeah.
this is a pregnancy kit, but there's ones that you can get for people can get to be at home, you know, and use like for little incidences around the house, or let's say a child is being bold or is being cross, and you
Hmm.
can give it chamomilla, you know,
Yeah.
that's one of the remedies in the kits. And there's like what they can get 18 remedies in a kit, or 38 remedies in a kit. But it's a way, and I will probably teach a class at some stage,
Hmm.
you know, a simple ways of using your kit at home,
Yeah, that's a great one.
and be able to get familiar with the remedies that you can use yourself,
Yeah.
you know, and bring like little things like, let's say, bee stings, burn,
Yeah.
a UTI, shock,
Yeah.
different things that you can use, you know.
Oh yeah, that's so you like your home kind of emergency kit.
Yeah, her home emergency kit.
Yeah.
And I've used it all the time. Like my grandson has never had a vaccine.
Yeah.
He's always used homeopathy. I've always used homeopathy on him. So anytime, like even when he had a fever when he was a baby, instead of by then I had known what to do.
Yeah.
So I just used it belladonna. It was
Yeah.
the remedy belladonna to bring down the fever.
Hmm.
And the minute I give him the belladonna, the next thing he was off to sleep. And you put your hand on his forehead after about 10 or 15 minutes, and he was
Yeah.
just so cool. The head was gone, the fever was broken.
And this
So
is
it's
the thing.
amazing.
I think though, because Marie, we've been so disconnected from like this wisdom for so long that
Yeah,
we are kind of in fear, and like we just run to the thing that will, quickly make it go away. And
yeah.
I can totally understand that, especially, for
God,
people
yeah.
who have kids and everything when they're young. So I think it's so important that that we're able to access people like you and are able to reconnect with that wisdom so that we actually are feeling empowered,
Yeah,
and that we know how to handle these situations.
yeah, yeah. And it's all about relearning or retraining, really, you know. It's because all that's all we've been known to do. And having said that, even when I was a midwife, um, I've realized since now, as a holistic midwife,
Yeah.
that really you have to the body is all powerful, and it's the most natural thing in the world to have a baby.
Yeah.
And but when I was did my training in England in the 1980s, we were taught to get in there, get your hands in,
Mhm.
start the drip, you know,
Yeah.
get in there and cut the cord as quickly as possible. Cut
Yeah.
the, do the
Yeah.
episiotomy if you had to.
Yeah.
And of course, I loved it because it makes you feel like, oh, I'm doing this,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
Well,
it's
it makes you're helping, isn't it? You feel like you're helping.
yeah, but it's
Yeah.
a bit egotistical too.
Yeah.
It's like I'm delivering this baby.
Yeah. Yeah.
But in actual fact, you're taking away the power from the woman.
Hmm.
And really, I mean, lying down flat on your back trying to have a baby is not the most ideal way.
Hmm.
And that's the way I had my girls.
Yeah.
I mean, if
Yeah.
I had my time over again, I would do it differently. And now I have, Naomi, my daughter. I'm able to help her now because
Yeah.
she's going to be
She'll be
blessed
having
to have
her baby
in
for,
June,
well, this
please
summer,
God.
isn't it?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I'm going to have my kit on hand,
Yeah.
and she's hoping to have a natural childbirth
Yeah.
here at the house, and she's going to have a midwife with her, and I'll be here with the kit.
That's ideal.
Yeah.
Oh, be
So
fabulous. Fabulous.
yeah, so I'm looking forward to that,
Yeah.
and it's more natural.
Hmm.
It's more with nature,
Yeah.
because mother and baby are a team.
Hmm.
They're a team, and you have to listen to your body, what it's
Yeah.
doing, and not to be. I mean, I'm so sorry because my firstborn, Fiona, I had Fiona in Los Angeles, and I didn't realize that when my waters broke, and you panic, you think, oh my
Mm.
God. They always say, when your waters break and if it goes too long, you should go to the hospital. So I went
Hmm.
to the hospital, and they put me on a drip straight away. So every like 10 or 15 minutes, they'd come in and turn up the drip. And it was so bad in the end, I was getting contraction after contraction after contraction.
Oh, they're giving
And
you oxytocin, is it?
yes,
Yeah.
oxytocin. And what they did, poor old Fiona was hitting her head
Mm.
on the pelvic floor. And when she came out, then she was like completely flat.
Oh, the
You know?
crater.
So I just realized that interventions aren't always the best. I know they have the best intentions,
I know.
but it's
Yeah.
not always the best.
I know. Yeah.
Um, I think leave the mother alone.
As much as possible.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, and absolutely. And I think that's the case for a lot of things. And also that this whole belief as well, the belief in the body, that the body is like perfectly designed, and when we learn to work with it as opposed to working in isolation as if we're like ahead, and this
yeah,
body, as in like that we don't understand exactly how to
yeah,
work with it in a way that's actually based on like trust and reverence for like how perfectly our bodies are designed.
yeah.
I
See,
think
we
that's
don't we
huge.
don't we don't give ourselves enough credit,
Yeah.
and we've lost touch with our intuition and our gut feelings.
Yeah.
And and also that what's happened is, like, I maybe with all the coffee and the different stimulants that we
Hmm.
have from day to day, the
Hmm.
sugar,
Yeah.
everything kind of like dampened down
Cuts you
our
down.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
And then you're similar to me in that you're in the world of, you've been doing lots of cleansing, and
yeah,
we've both done the liver rescue cleanse around the same time. I think you're like a few days. Actually, yeah, we were
yeah,
doing it like a couple of days shy of each other. But
yeah,
I think when you cleanse, and that's something that like, I love to do for myself and to guide others, is because when you do so, you become much more in tune with your body,
yeah,
that you can hear it.
yeah,
Then the foods that you want to have and the foods that your body, are the most beneficial, you can hear that more. Whereas I feel like what you're saying, when you're hyper stimulated with like loads of coffee and chocolate and all the things, you can't hear those messages. Like your body's communicating to you, but you also are shutting it down
you are.
by being in the hyper stimulation.
Hmm. Yeah, the thing is, I've done the medical mediums detox now a couple of times.
Hmm.
Now, the first one or two times I found it very difficult. This last time now I didn't. I found it much easier.
Yeah.
And in fact, I feel now that's the way I want to eat all the time.
Yeah.
This
Oh, I'm
kind
the
of,
same. Yeah. It totally resets
it
you, doesn't
just,
it?
yeah, it's just
Yeah.
so cleansing. And
Hmm.
in fact, today now I did have an ordinary meal. I had fish and potatoes and everything.
Yeah.
It's so funny. You start realizing, oh, I don't really want this anymore. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
because your body is craving that cleaner food.
Yeah.
And and I think it makes you, and after that kind of heavy food, you feel stodgy and heavy.
Heavier. Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But I
So
suppose as well, I think that kind of works hand in hand perfectly with homeopathy, because obviously the more hydrated a person is,
yeah.
the more you're going to have like success, I would feel, with the use of homeopathy.
Yeah, because when people come to me, I kind of would like them, to start thinking about their diets, about their lifestyles,
Mhm.
because I think we've become a generation of people that want the quick fix,
Yeah,
straight away. I want to, take the tablet and it's gone.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. Because just go to Marie and get the tablets, and you'll be perfect. Yeah.
yeah. But the thing is, you see, you have like I like people to start. Usually, when people do come to me, they are taking their health into their own hands.
Yeah, that's why
So
they're going to you. Yeah,
that's why they're coming, because they're
yeah.
starting to realize they want a different lifestyle or a different health
Hmm.
plan.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
and the thing is, with homeopathy too, you can get constitutional. You can get a constitutional remedy. You know how some
yeah.
people are very very shy, some people are very outgoing.
Hmm.
Some people are very withdrawn. And then you can kind of match that with
Okay,
a certain remedy. And sometimes when that person gets sick, that's usually the best remedy to take at the time, your
okay.
constitutional remedy,
That's
because that
interesting.
brings your body back into balance straight away.
Yeah, because that was how my mom treated me as a baby.
Yeah.
It was my constitution that she had treated.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That brought you
yeah,
back to balance.
yeah.
Uh-huh. And you've never been vaccinated, have you,
No,
Ash?
no.
No. No.
So I remember getting a really bad ear infection, and my mom used to just like have me on the side of her leg and was just massaging it. And then I remember all the infection used to just clear out, and she was like
Imagine. Oh.
delighted to see it coming out.
Yeah.
And obviously then she wouldn't like feed me any dairy, or it would be
Yeah.
like all soups and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think she was very much on her own at that time. As
Yeah.
in, like, around the majority of people wouldn't be adopting those kind of
She was
ways of.
very ahead of her time, wasn't
Yeah,
she?
she was.
She
Yeah,
really was. Yeah.
yeah. But she's definitely well, she cultivated in me like all the interest that I have now, and the desire to not fight against the system. Like, we've had these conversations so many times, because obviously as I got involved in activism, I realized just how hard that is, and that I feel now that we have to create the new systems, which is why having conversations with you and with with your daughters and people who are wanting to create new systems that are going to bring us back into balance, bring us back into harmony, back to nature,
Yeah.
and really back into working with the earth, as opposed to working in separation, which we have been doing as a collective for so long. And I feel like the more that we put our energy into that place, that's where we see the change coming from, because you can't really go into the existing system and change it, as you know yourself.
No. No. And no. And like you say, Ash, we've moved very far from the earth.
Yeah.
And the earth has everything healing. Everything
Hmm.
that we need is there for our
Yeah.
healing on this earth. And the thing is, we've moved so far away from it. Like sometimes now, I mean, like when we're watching the news,
Hmm.
we're like on our iPhones or whatever, on the computer all day long. When I do a walk in the evening or
Mm.
go up the field, and I go to the top of the field and I can see Ballyhigh beach from from where I am, and I see the trees and I hear the birds, and you just say, oh, this is what's real. This is
Yeah.
real. None
Yeah.
of that down there that you're watching, looking in the news, that's not real.
Yeah.
What's
Yeah.
real, and just to go out for those few minutes and just take that really fresh air, and
Hmm.
to bring it back, and to bring yourself back into balance. Say,
Yeah.
this is real, this is true. The
Yeah.
rest of it is all rubbish.
It's like it's so distorted, it
Yeah.
completely like jumbles up your energy and
Oh
everything.
yeah.
But I think
Well,
it's so
yeah.
important. So it is so important that we realize, and I suppose also share and communicate
Yeah.
that this is how we are thinking, and this is how we are, creating our own life, so that other people who are feeling that call in themselves know that there's other people out there like them, and that they might
Yeah.
be kind of going, God, am I the only people looking at this going, is this madness? Is there anyone else out there who
Yeah.
can actually see through this? I think it's so important that we are able to support each other
Yeah.
and to collaborate in creating new systems and new approaches
Oh God,
to
yeah,
living,
definitely.
because yeah, it's just what other alternative do we have? We can't do this in isolation anymore. We have to be able to work together
Oh
at
God,
this
yeah.
time.
Because you would really get dragged in to the drama of it all, wouldn't you?
Oh yeah.
And the thing is, I mean, I could sometimes be quite happy with myself, and then I go on Facebook and see some stupid comment or some stupid post,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden I'm in a ratty mood. I start, biting everyone's head off, and I think,
Yeah,
what is that?
I
Why
know.
do you allow yourself to get dragged into the drama?
Yeah.
You have to kind of keep
Oh
yourself
yeah.
at a and just
Yeah.
observe it. Be
Be
the
the observer.
yeah,
Be
conscientious
the
observer.
observer. Yeah, you
Yeah,
have to be the observer. But
yeah,
also I think that it's like, I suppose we're navigating these spaces, and um the challenge is to be able to see what's going on, not get sucked into it,
yeah,
but be so focused on, okay, based upon that, what am I creating now?
yeah,
Like there's an urgency now to, like, what am I creating?
yeah,
Do you know that way?
exactly.
Because it's like, oh my gosh, like that is like, when I got involved in activism, I was just like, I don't want to be part of this world. Like, I don't want to be part of a world that is
Yeah,
poisoning water, poisoning food, and doing all
yeah,
these things. But obviously, I can't click my fingers and make it all magically go away.
right.
But what I can do is actually dedicate my life's work to contributing to a new way of coming through. And obviously, that's going to take time. But I think the more of us that actually do that together,
Yeah,
things can shift pretty quickly, and people naturally want what's good for them.
of course they do.
And especially, and I think education and awareness is so important and so key in this, because then I think the fear starts to reduce, and then you
Yeah,
can go, okay, there's other things that I can do to support my health, to support my family's health,
yeah, yeah,
and also to withdraw our energy and our money from the things that we don't actually want to support.
yeah. It's so funny. Even during these lockdowns, don't you realize how much you can really live without? And
Oh
we think
yeah.
before all this, we thought, oh, I have to have this and I have to have that, and
Yeah.
this constant. In actual fact, it has been an awakening.
Yeah.
You realize that we don't need half of what we thought we did. You
I
know,
know. Yeah.
and I think it won't go back to that anymore because I think people have realized that that wasn't really suiting or that wasn't really the
No.
way to live either.
No.
You
Well,
know?
I'm seeing so many people now, talking about like growing their own food, and
Yeah, yeah,
setting up like polytunnels, setting up greenhouses, all things that
yeah,
like weren't really part of the conversation before, because we were all like so busy, busy, busy,
yeah,
doing so much and going so many places
and going nowhere.
and going nowhere, that it's like, it's kind of has shown us like what is actually important to us,
Yeah,
hasn't
yeah.
it?
Well, I think the joy. I mean, I have my own vegetable garden out the back, and I'm
Yeah.
so excited. I mean, it's really silly to get excited about a couple of seeds,
Oh no, I think
but
it's magical though to be able to grow
but
vegetables, isn't it?
it is like magic. And to think that you can see the seeds, watch it grow, and then when it's ready, bring it in and cook it, and it's your own, you
I
know,
know. Yeah.
and you know what's in it. You
Yeah.
know you can grow it organically, and
Yeah.
that's the other thing about homeopathy as well. You can actually treat your garden with homeopathy.
Oh no way.
Yeah, yeah, and your pets. You can
Yeah.
treat pets with homeopathy
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
well.
I got a remedy for Sophia.
Did you?
Um, oh, was that last year? It was last year sometime. She got like she got sick, but I think she just, I don't know. You know the way dogs like eat grass sometimes, and
Oh yeah,
but I thought she got sick twice, so I was like, maybe she has a bug or whatever. So I got her some remedy
yeah.
in town, and I gave it to her. She was fine after it. So, but yeah, I didn't realize that you can actually use like human homeopathy on animals as well.
Oh, you can,
Yeah.
and also plants, even
Yeah.
house plants.
Oh
You
yeah.
know, and like even for let's say something, maybe your plant looks a bit sorry or it looks like it's dying a bit.
Yeah.
Even the bok flower is a rescue remedy.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Rescue remedy in just the water,
Yeah.
and it'll help it come back. So
Yeah.
there's lots of different natural ways of. I mean, and you see, like when I grow my garden now, I don't like the slugs and things.
Hmm.
But actually, you can use very alternative, holistic ways of getting rid of them without killing them,
Yeah.
or poisoning them with the thing. And because you're poisoning the birds, then
Yeah.
when they're eating those pellets. You know, they're very bad for the
and
dog.
potentially dogs as well, because dogs go around
Oh
sniffing
yeah.
everything.
Oh, they
Yeah.
do. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's very bad. So, and that, you know, so that's nice too, to be
Yeah.
able to grow your own. And I mean, people don't have to have a huge backyard, or they can even grow things in window boxes,
Yeah. Yeah.
you
I was
know?
listening to a webinar earlier with Zach Bush, and he was talking about that.
Was he?
Well, not him
Uh,
particularly, but there was like a few people on
yeah,
the panel, and they were talking about just getting people back growing, and if they have any space at all,
yeah.
like do growing stuff
Oh
on the
yeah.
windowsills,
You
and
can do a
yeah,
few raised beds, you know, just raised beds boxes, or,
yeah,
you know, things like that.
yeah.
Fantastic. You know, and
So
it's the joy of just seeing something grow.
yeah, what is your like legacy that you want to leave on earth? Like what's the biggest kind of gift and imprint that you want to leave in your lifetime?
I suppose that people can heal themselves. That would be my wish.
Yeah.
Is it going?
No,
Is
I
the
think I know
internet out?
you're perfect. I can hear you.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Is it? No, I would say that to be able to give people back the power,
Hmm.
be able to heal themselves, and you know, to be able to realize that the power is within them, you know,
Yeah.
and yeah, that would be what I would really want to do.
Oh,
You know,
wonderful.
make people realize that, and to be able to give them um, the confidence to do it,
Yeah,
to
that's the big
realize
thing.
that they don't need anything outside of themselves. You have it all. Everyone is a sovereign being.
Yeah.
Everyone has the power within,
Hmm.
and to be able to realize that, you know,
Yeah.
and to be able to give the people the confidence to be able to take their power back,
Yeah.
you know.
So tell us, how can people find you if they are interested in working with you and
Well,
finding out?
I'm still every day trying to do my I've been working on my website. Naomi put it up for me, my daughter, and I'm working on my website, and it'll be up shortly. But in the meantime, you can find me on Facebook. I'm on the Homeopathy Haven on
Yeah.
Facebook, or just Marie Corcoran O'Neill. You can find me there, and or my email is mpconeil@gmail.com. So
mpconeil@gmail.com. Perfect.
yeah, yeah.
Wonderful.
So
Thank you so much, Marie, for coming on
oh,
and
thanks for
sharing
having me.
your wisdom, and also for doing your work, because it's sometimes hard to put yourself out there when you're doing these kind of like alternative
Yeah,
treatments, you know. So I think, yeah, fair play to you for getting that website done, and I look forward to seeing it when
thank
it's
you.
live.
Yeah.
And yeah, and you've been a great source of inspiration and joy in my life, especially in the past year.
Oh, thanks,
And I'm
Ash.
so happy to have you as
And me
our
too. I'm
friend.
happy to have you.
Yeah, so good. Thanks so much, Marie.
Thank you.
See you soon.
Bye. Bye.
Bye. Bye
Bye.
bye.